This is a quick overview of our syllabus for Math 110 Winter 2024. So at the very top, you'll see the section numbers. There are two sections. Our class meets asynchronously online. My email, along with some office hours, are listed. The course description is given for you guys to read through. You'll notice that our textbook, I put a picture of that over here on the right. This is not required. It is recommended, and there's some extra practice problems in there, so many students find it helpful. The next thing that we need is going to be a Canvas access, and then we also have a scanner. I use a scanning app on my phone, but there's also regular scanners you can use. I use Adobe Scan, which is a free app. The big purchase for us is going to be a graphing calculator. I use a TI 83 or 84, and that's how our videos and lectures will be set up. But you are also able to use a graphing calculator app, and more information about that is given below. In addition, we do have printed and downloaded class notes that we're going to need, and then obviously paper and pencils. The prerequisite suggested is going to be Math 71. We have student learning outcomes and course measurable objectives. Go ahead and read through those on your own. This is going to list the main ideas for the class. Then we get into homework, and homework is going to be assigned for you guys to test yourself and make sure you have an understanding of the material. Homework is going to be assigned online through MyOpenMath and also worksheets. So for the online homework, it's a free program called MyOpenMath or MOM, and it's embedded into Canvas. The assignments are due by 11:59 p.m. on Thursdays for each week, unless otherwise stated. The assignments for MyOpenMath can be attempted an infinite amount of times, so you want to make sure you do every problem until you get it correct. For the worksheets, my solutions will be posted for you to check your work. If you have any issues with MyOpenMath, sometimes this will happen, and it will say something along the lines of unable to access, but any issues opening MyOpenMath from Canvas usually can be resolved by just clearing the cookies or your history on the device that you're using. For written homework problems, make sure you show all your work, and you're going to upload these onto Canvas as a single PDF file. And if you're having any trouble, I do have some office hours listed, as well as we have the marks and the ASAC Center that we'll talk about later on in the syllabus in addition. So the first thing that we have is going to be lecture videos and notes. So lecture videos are going to be about 1 or 2 per chapter for you to watch. You need to watch the entire video in order to get credit. And you'll notice throughout the videos there's going to be questions to kind of check for your understanding. The last question in the video is going to ask, did you watch the entire lecture video? And make sure you select yes, and that way you get your points for watching the entire lecture video. This is how I know that you watched the entire thing. And these are going to be 5 points each. Videos need to be completely watched by Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. unless otherwise stated. And then you have to be filling in your notes as you watch the lecture videos. It's just like as if you were sitting in class, but you get to do this on your own time in the comfort of your home or wherever you are working. And so these completed chapter notes need to be completely filled in. They're worth 15 points each, and these are going to be due and need to be uploaded as a single PDF by Wednesdays at 11:59 p.m. for each week. This is an account for 5% of your course grade. The next thing that we have is discussions. We're going to have 2 weekly discussion posts. And for each post, you're going to be responsible for not only submitting your response to them, but also responding to a classmate's post in addition. Both your post and your response need to be posted and completed by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. Make sure to do both of those to get the full credit. Discussions are going to count for 5% of your Math 110 grade. Make sure you get an early start on these so that way it's not procrastinating and not having enough time to complete both. Quizzes. We have individual online MyOpenMath chapter quizzes that are assigned weekly. These are timed quizzes, and they cover just the material for that chapter. Quiz problems can be attempted only once, and this is going to make up 5% of your class grade. They are going to open on Tuesday at 8:30 a.m. and are due by Friday at 11:59 p.m. unless otherwise stated. And if you fail to complete the quiz during that window of time, which is rather large, then you will receive a 0 on that quiz. So again, make sure you get started early on these materials, so then that way there's no issues with meeting due dates and being done with everything on time. The next thing that we have is going to be 4 individual computer projects assigned during the semester. These are going to be individual projects. They are going to be due on Thursdays at 11:59 p.m. and the due dates are going to be listed on our course schedule, which is on the very last page of our syllabus, and we'll look at that momentarily. Projects need to be uploaded as a single PDF file, and details will follow on a separate handout about the projects. The projects are going to count as 25% of your Math 110 grade, so a large chunk. Exams and final exams. There will be 3 exams given. The weeks are going to be listed on our schedule. If we need to, we can change dates. Exams are going to have multiple parts to them. So parts are going to be coming from My Open Mouth, and there'll be other parts that will be written that have to be uploaded as a PDF file. And these are going to be available only from Thursdays at 8 a.m. until Friday at 8 p.m. So make sure you keep that in mind too. And then also, so that's a 36-hour window, so make sure you have some time set to be able to take those exams. Those exams are going to count for 30% of your Math 110 grade. Our final is set for Thursday, February 15th, and this will be open for a 24-hour window. So make sure you keep that time set aside for our final. And then again, our exams to that 36-hour window, 24 hours for our final. More information will be disclosed when we get closer to taking these exams along with our final. The final is cumulative and will cover chapters 1 through 12. Your final is going to be worth 20% of your course grade. Here's a breakdown of our grades, and you can see how much each of these portions are worth for our grade. In order to pass this class, you do need to have a C or better, which is going to be a 69.5% for a C or higher in order to earn that C, B, or A. The next thing listed on here is going to be the marks, or the Math Activity Resource Center. This is located on campus, and they have tutoring that is free, along with they allow you to check out graphing calculators, they have textbooks, and again, they have tutors that are available there to help. They're located in Building 61 in room 1314, and their hours of operation are listed. It is a free program, but you do need to register for this, and a link is provided. In addition, we also have the ASAC, and I'll post more information about that too. It's another tutoring service we have on campus. So we have an absence and drop policy. This is important since our class does meet online. It's not the same as meeting in person where I can count attendance as if you're in class or if not. So for us, 1 absence is going to count as not completely watching 1 lecture video, completing 1 discussion, uploading your chapter notes, or completing a project. So make sure you keep track of your number of absences that you've had accumulated. And after 4 absences, so if you have more than 4 absences, you will be dropped from the course automatically. So make sure to keep track of those. In addition, you'll also be dropped if you fail to take any exam before the exam start time. I've also listed our last day to drop with a W as well as our last day to drop without a W on here, both of them in January, so be mindful of those dates. Canvas resources on here, there is a help web page along with a phone number if you have any issues with accessing anything from Canvas. Instructor contact, you guys can email me. My email address is listed here, or through the Canvas inbox. Either way, expect a 24-hour response time Monday through Thursday, and expect up to a 48-hour response time Friday through Sunday. Grading and assignment feedback is given within 1 week of the due date for the assignment. And also for those Zoom office hours, you can see a link in the Welcome and Resource folder on Canvas. For our calculators, we do need a graphing calculator, preferably an 8384 Texas Instruments graphing calculator. That is what I will be using in our lecture videos. And all calculators work a little different, so make sure you understand how your calculator or app works. Another great resource if you don't have the funds to purchase a calculator because they are over $100 is the app GraphingCalc 83. This is usually, depending on your operating system, under $10, and this is a good app to install. We also have Wabbit Emu, which can be installed on Android devices as well as downloaded on a PC. The GraphingCalc 83 is also available for Android and iOS or Apple devices. So all different calculators work slightly different, so make sure as you go through the lecture videos you have your calculator or app out and you're understanding how it works to find the correct answers. Student honesty. So since we are online, we are expected to be doing our own work on exams, quizzes, discussions, and projects. If it appears to me that you are cheating, you will receive a score of a 0 and on the assignment, and you will also be reported to the college. So make sure that you're aware of our honesty programs and that plagiarism counts in there, along with using artificial intelligence as well as using any kind of app such as PhotoMath to kind of get answers without doing the work on your own. Student conduct. So please be nice not only to myself or to our classmates, not only in Zoom, discussion boards, emails, chats, whatever it is that we interact with one another. And we have email etiquette for students, so the basics. So introduce yourself. Make sure to state your name in the CRN for the section that you're enrolled in, such as Math 110, CRN 31037, and introduce yourself. It's difficult because, again, we're not meeting in person, so kind of having that relationship and getting to know you guys is a little bit more challenging, so take that time to introduce yourself. When asking a homework question, key thing here is going to be to only include one problem per email. So I know it sounds very odd, but if you have 10 questions, I would like 10 emails. The reason why is because sometimes I only have time to answer 1 or 2 questions. I can't answer all 10. So it allows me to kind of give you some response earlier and then kind of respond to the other questions throughout the day or the next few days. Make sure to list the homework problem and the section in the subject line. If the problem's from My Open Math, make sure to attach a screenshot of the problem. The reason is because with My Open Math, the problems are unique for you, meaning that everyone might have a problem about dogs, but you have unique dogs in your problem. They'll be different from somebody else's dogs, maybe their weights. So those numbers would be unique. So in order for me to help you, I need to see the problem that you are dealing with in those values. And then also make sure to explain where you're lost and include any work that you have so I can again help. Use polite and correct language and keep it brief and be concise. The next thing that we have on here is accommodations for disabilities. If you are part of Access, please email me as soon as possible with your accommodations so that I can make sure those are met. As early as I receive those, they will be met. If you want more information about Access, there is information, a phone number listed there as long as a web page for you to check out. And then here is our course schedule for our class. And you'll notice that there's weeks and dates. We have our lecture videos that need to be watched, our homework and discussion, and along with the quizzes, projects, and exams. So you'll notice for week 1, we have 4 chapters that we're covering. These are a lot faster than the later material that we have, and that's why it seems like so much, but they are shorter. Homework 1 is going to cover chapters 1 and 2, and homework 2 will cover chapters 3 and 4, along with discussions 1 and 2. In addition, we have quizzes. These are chapter quizzes. So chapter 1 quiz, again, is timed. Before you start it, it will tell you that you have 40 minutes to take this quiz or 30 minutes. Would you like to start this? And you can either X out of it or start it then. Remember, these are times and you do not get to start and stop the timer. It's a consecutive 30 minutes that you will need, or 40 minutes. So make sure that you do not start that until you have that chunk of time where you can sit and work. In addition, I give you twice as long for the quizzes as what you should need. So make sure that you know the material, you've done all the homework before you start any of the quizzes. So again, for week 1, you will have 4 separate quizzes: Chapter 1 quiz, Chapter 2 quiz, Chapter 3 quiz, and Chapter 4 quiz. So 4 separate quizzes. And again, remember that this winter course is super condensed, so that means it's going almost 2.5 to 3 times as fast as a normal course. In addition, on here you'll notice the exams are listed along with the final exams and also our computer projects. At the bottom, I made a note for us. WS stands for worksheets, and those need to be uploaded as a single PDF file for credit. Discussions and completed chapter notes are due by Wednesdays at 11:59 p.m. for each week. Homework are going to be due by Thursday at 11:59 p.m. along with projects, but projects are not every single week, but the weeks that we do have them. And you're uploading those as a single PDF file. Quizzes again opened on Tuesdays at 8:30 in the morning, but they're not due until Friday at 11:59 p.m. for each week. And exams are open from Thursday at 8 a.m. to Friday at 8 p.m. on the weeks that they're assigned. In addition, keep in mind that our final is on February 15th, and it will be open for a 24-hour window for you to complete that. The other thing that I do not have listed on here is going to be our weekly lecture videos that we need to watch, and those need to be watched by Tuesdays at 11:59 p.m. So you'll notice there's due dates throughout the week, kind of making sure that you don't get overwhelmed by all the work. So make sure you get an early start on everything. And again, if you have any questions, you can always email me. Again, my email is listed, or through Canvas inbox. And my name is Laura Wogzogen, and I look forward to being your professor this semester. And again, any questions, please reach out. And good luck with statistics.